nanoCAD Construction Site is a DWG-based drawing program meant for pre-planning construction sites. It handles tasks like the construction of roads and paths, pavement design, placing horizontal drilling, which is a steerable trenchless method of installing underground pipes and cables. Once the drawing's done, it produces reports so that you can see the lists of jobs and machinery needed, scheduling of work, the construction of temporary buildings and building lists. It comes with a library of parts that are parametric, and so you can adjust the parameters to change the size and pressure and so on. Once the construction site planning is nearly done, provides international road signs that you can show where to place these signs around the construction site. Best of all, it's built on top of nanoCAD Plus, and so it also operates as a general use CAD platform for doing drawings in 2D and 3D. Let's take a tour of construction site, and as I mentioned a little earlier, it's based on nanoCAD Plus, and so here's all the toolbars and menus for doing regular types of drawings. Construction site includes all the functions from nanoCAD Construction, which I talked about in another video. Here's the main menu for construction site, labeled construction site. I'm going to skip ahead here to construction plan. And here you can see how building areas can be set up. You can define building areas, parking areas, repairing areas. So these are the various areas on the construction site need to be set out so that contractors have room to do their work. Here's the road construction menu, and you can define your roads. Each of these is like a mini program with its own menu bar for defining the roadway, defining how the roadway will be designed with asphalt and base and sub-base. One of the things about using cranes in construction site, as the arm swings around, it can hit things that are already there, such as power lines and existing buildings, and so those areas need to be delineated. Inevitably at construction sites, you need to be able to dig out areas of dirt and fill them back in, and so cut and fill operations are very important. Let me move back up to the project manager item in the construction site menu, and this is where you set up the jobs, the start and end dates. The costs are done in the rates tab. Techniques refers to the equipment that will be used, and so you can see they have a long list of predefined dump trucks, pile drivers, trailers, and so on. And then finally materials, rebars, concrete, and more. Then when you're done all the designing, you go into the reports mode, and you can see here you have the list of work to be done, scheduling of the work, when the machines need to be brought on site, and so you can determine the rental costs, the schedule of the workers that are going to be needed, specifications of the road, materials being used, the report on buildings, temporary buildings, list of all the symbols being used. And then over here in the library palette, you have a huge symbol library of architectural elements, reinforced concrete and other materials, beds and bases, building machines, doing load calculations, and more. Finally, I want to touch on the settings dialog box, which is rather powerful. So I'm going to come down here to construction site settings. Here's the dialog box, and I will jump immediately to the construction site tab. And what it affords you is being able to specify layers, colors, and so on upon which these elements will automatically appear. So we have here building areas will be on a layer named building areas, but if you don't like that, you can change it to another one, and there's plenty of others here to choose from, or else define your own. Similarly, there's settings for temporary buildings, buildings that have been erected, temporary roads, danger zones, and so on.